What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Escape Pod podcast. I am your host, Anthony, and this week there is no special guest. Me and the person I had as a guest, we had some scheduling issues, so we're pushing it back to next week. And with all of my frantic scrambling, I didn't have time to get a new guest. So you guys got me. As much as I hate solo episodes, you got me this week. So it's probably going to be a short episode. It won't run more than 30 minutes. Just giving that advance, even though you can look at the timestamp. I just assumed today would be a good day to talk about both of the challenges that occurred in Lille and Atlanta, looking at Lille first and finishing out with Atlanta. And yeah, that's about all I really have for you guys today. So we're going to start off with Lille. We'll look at top 8, well, what's posted of top 8, I guess. Starting with Steel Amethyst, I don't know where exactly this placed because there's only one top 4 list and then 3 top 8s. But it's just it's this classic Steel Amethyst bounce. Keep in mind everything here is still set 3, not set 4. So, this is a meta that's over now, but interesting still. Your classic, Captain Hook. They got the Robin Hood with the Queen's Castle, Madame Mim bounce package, Madame Fox Snake bounce package, Merlin Crab, Goat, Rabbit, Spellbook. One of Spellbook, one of Yzma is a little iffy to me. I hate the one ofs in Lorcana, but just my opinion. Top 8, we had Cogsworth and Friends. Cogsworth and Friends is always such a fun deck to play just because giving everything resist messes up a lot of math. 2 Lucky Dime, that's a card I never thought would see play. Good card, just never thought I'd make it. 1 Jump Aheads, Popsicles, and 1 Rise of the Titans is interesting. Other than that, also 2 Audrey Ramirez, which lets you ready items, so helps with Fishbone Quill if you're trying to ink more, but other than Fishbone Quill, Popsicle, and Lucky Dime. So I guess Lucky Dime would be how you would loop it with Audrey Ramirez. You quest, ready it, pay 2, or you pay 2, gain X amount, ready it. So yeah, I could see that. It's not a bad combo. I could see that working really well. Next we have Bounce Control, Ruby Amethyst. This is very basic. 1 Tremaine to 3 Madame Medusas. I feel like I would go 2-2 split there, if not 3-3. They're both just such good cards. Madame Medusa is so tough because if you are playing a deck that isn't playing a lot with power or a strength of 3, you're not going to do well. Minnie Mouses, love the Minnie Mouses. I think that's a very, not underrated anymore, but it was a very underrated card. Rafiki is a great new set 3 card. Or not new, I guess, but new to that meta. Cusco Wanted Llama, of course. Maui's, Be Prepareds. In top 4, we have Emerald Amethyst Bounce. Right? Is that what it was classified as? Something like that. This is a pretty cool list. Emerald Amethyst has been really cool. This set with Ursula, so you have both Ursulas, 2 cost and 3 cost. Churnbox Follower, 2 Churnbox Followers, 4 Cursed Merfolk, 4 Rafiki, 4 Flynn Rider, 2 cost from set 1, 2 Madame Mim, Snake, 2 Pinocchio, 4 friends on the other side, 3 Kit Cloud Kicker, 3 costs, 4 Snakes, 2 Maleficents that you draw a card with, 3 Merlin Crabs, 3 Mother Knows Best, 4 Goats, 4 Rabbits, 3 Queen's Castles, and 2 Tinkerbells. Tinkerbell's a great card. I played that a lot when I played Lemon Lime. It's a 4-cost inkable 2/3 from the first set. It has Evasive. When you play this character, chosen character gains Evasive, which is really good if you're trying to use something like the Fox or even the Goat, because it's also a 4/3 just to swing. It doesn't hurt to be able to have Evasive to hit evasive things. Let's see. So number 1 was Steel Song by Frank Karsten. I saw this post before Atlanta was over and forgot this was going on, so I was very confused when I was watching the finals for Atlanta and someone already posted that they won an event. Again, pretty good basic Steel Song list. Only a 1 of Bare Necessities feels interesting. It's definitely a matchup I'd love to see. Also, one Tinkerbell Giant Fairy. Love that card. Shocking there's only one. Two Flutes, four Mr. Smee, four Strength of a Raging Fire. Those are all things. Oh, one Benja, too. One Benja feels bad. Um, 4 on the Robin Hood. I would probably personally go down to. I know it's a deck about songs. I would cut. There's only two Long Came Zeus as well. I would cut a Strength of a Raging Fire for another Along Came Zeus. I mean, I guess not because it's not inkable. I would cut a Mr. Smee for another Benja or for another Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is just very good, especially being able to ping damage all over the place. And of course, you have the 7 cost Cinderella Stoutheart, which is such an amazing card as well. That pairs along with the Queen. Queen is one of my favorite shift cards, and I think one of the best cards that shifts for two. Because it's just you get so much out of it so early. Um, but yeah, so that was the top 8 that is posted for the lay. 2,000 players, so a little bit bigger than Atlanta. But congrats to Frank. So next we have, do we have all 1, 2, 3, 4 top 8? Yeah, we have all of the decks from this tournament. So we will start with the 8th place list, Cogsworth and Friends. Anything interesting? One Baboom, along with one Fire the Cannons. This one's got Mickey Mouse Detective, which I feel like I've seen a lot of decks not running. One Along Came Zeus. I feel like that's something you'd want to run more of, but that's a personal opinion. Two Beasts from set 1. 5 cost Beast. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item. Okay, so it's a more expensive Benja. But it's a 4/4 that turns for 2 along with Steel Beast. So I guess you could technically play this and then shift it the next turn. Cogsworth, obviously, grab your swords, 2 Let It Go, 2 Lucky Diamond. You have 2 Simba. God, I can't remember the legendary, the before legendary, super rare. Um, Whatever the silver one is called. Um, Rarity, yeah, super rare. It is the super rare from set 3. Simba Fighting Prince, 7 cost, inkable, 5/7, turns for 2. Step down or fight. When you play this character, whenever he banishes another character in a challenge during your turn, you may choose one, draw 2, then choose a discard 2, or deal 2 damage. So I could see that being useful if you want to banish another character with it. I mean, it is a 5/7 and then ping 2. Ping 2 doesn't feel bad. Or if you just have dead cards, and then obviously not obviously, but they have a 1 of Tamatoa. I guess if you're running 4 Popsicle, 4 Fishbone, and 2 Lucky Dime, you could probably get away with Tamatoa. Next, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the 7th place Emerald Steel discard list. This is the one. I was going to say this isn't the loop deck. It's got 3 Robin Hood, 3/4 on the Robin Hood, 4 Bucky, 4 Morph, love the Morph. 4 on the Sun Chill, 4/4 on the Ursula, 3 Hypnotize, 4 Let the Storm Rage On, 4 Prince John, 4 Strength of a Raging Fire, 3 Along Came Zeus, 3 Jafar Dreadnought, 4 Sad Beast, 4 Rob Isid, 4 Robin Hood, 2 Beast Relentless, which I think is really good, 4 Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, and 2 Cinderella Star. I mean, Beast Relentless is really big with the Tinkerbell if you pair those together, because Tinkerbell readies the Beast with its ping, or if it kills something, it can ready. So you can kill with Tinkerbell, ping, ready your Beast, turn for 2. Technically turn for 4 if you turn with Beast first, so that's pretty big. Pretty good discard list. Ursula's going to be a staple for as long as she's legal, whatever the legality will be, being able to sing songs twice, being able to deal 5 damage chosen character location twice with Along Came Zeus or Let the Storm Rage On, for 2 damage and drawing a card twice. It's just really crazy. Also with Sudden Chill. Next we have RB Origins with Popsicle. Oh, Popsicle's not a deck I've seen in a while. We got 4 Develop Your Brain, 4 Popsicle, 4 One Jump Ahead, 4 Queen of Hearts, 2 cost. 3 Fishbone or 4 Fishbone Quill, 3 Judy Hops, 1 Maui's Fishhook. Love Maui's Fishhook. I think that card could be better than it is, allowing to pay 2 and let a chosen character gain evasive to the start of your next turn can be really big if your opponent doesn't have a lot of evasive. Also can play Shapeshift for free if you have a Maui in play. So when you're playing Ruby, it's just really good. Um, 4 Chromatala, Keeper of Ancient Stories, but no legendary one. 4 Flavorsham, 2 McDuck Manor, 2 Let It Go, 4 Maui, of course, 4 Gaston, 2 Tremaine Medusa, which is again what I think I would run. 4 Be Prepared, 4 Hades Infernal Schemer, 2 Lucky Dime, 2 Scar, the Vicious Cheater, my favorite card in set 2. I feel like I'd go as far as to say favorite card in the game, but Stitch does exist, and I love Stitch. But Scar mechanics wise is my favorite, just because you could turn for 2, or you could banish an entire board with him, especially if you could heal him in certain decks. Like when I played Mufasa when it was red yellow, or sorry, Amber Ruby, you could just get him out and just ping ping and then heal the Rapunzel, and just you could kill an entire board. It was crazy. 4 Tamatoa, 4 Maleficent. I feel like Maleficent Monstrous Dragon is a card we see get played less and less now. And I don't think it's because it's bad. I just think it's very high. And especially against aggro decks, you never get the chance to play it. Uh, Same with Control. I mean, it's good in Control. I just don't see it. You really don't see it in a lot of Ruby decks anymore. I'm gonna eat my words. There's 3 more decks with Ruby, and watch, all of them will have it. So 5th place is Bounce Control. They don't have it. 4 Olaf, 1 Pascal. 1 Pascal's really weird to me. I get why, but it's just weird. 4 Rafiki, 4 Kuzco, 4 Madame Mim Snake, 2 Pinocchio Talkative Puppet, 4 Friends on the Other Side, 4 Madame Mim Fox, 4 Maleficent Sorceress, I think that's called. Sorceress, yep. I just know it is the Maleficent that lets you draw a card. 3 Merlin Crab, 3 Minnie Mouse Stylish Surfer, 4 Merlin Goat, 4 Merlin Rabbit, the Queen's Castle, 3 of those, 4 Maui, 1 Tremaine, 4 Medusa, that's a weird split, and 3 Be Prepared. The Tremaine Medusa split's weird, but I mean, getting to 5th means you had to have hit a lot of matchups, or at least like looked at the meta enough to say, okay, I could probably banish enough things with 3 or less. Because there's nothing in here that's like taking away their strength. It's not like if you played her and Kaida together, where Kaida gives something -4. That sounds really wrong. What does Kaida do? Kaida, because I feel like I'm reading this card wrong. When you play this, all characters get -3, so not -4, -3 until the start of your next turn. But that's really big if you did that and then played Madame Medusa after. Like, I mean, it cost a lot, but if it was later game where you could cheat it into play with like lanterns because you'd be playing yellow, that would be really big. Next in 4th, we have Steel Song. I'm just looking at it, pretty similar. They run two World's Greatest Criminal Masterminds, which is different. Only 1 Cinderella Stout 2 Bare Necessities, 4 Flutes instead, 2 Benja. Other than that, list is pretty identical. 4 Along Came Zeus, and 2 Grab Your Swords instead of the 3/4. I think it was in the other deck. I think it was honestly 4/2. The other one also had Smash. Maybe I'm thinking of a different steel deck. I just did it. 4th one's for Raging Fire. So 4, 8, 10, 14, 18, 22 songs. So 22 songs. So you're hitting flute almost every day. That's why you play 4 flute. You're hitting flute almost every turn. And again, with the Queen being able to shift on 2, you can sing 5-cost songs on turn 2. So you could sing Whole New World, Grab Your Swords. She's nasty. That's my second favorite from set 2. I love that card. 3rd place we have 3rd and 2nd place we have Bounce Control. It is really nice to be able to look at lists and see that TCG player. I mean, obviously certain things aren't listed on here, like Friends on the Other Side has no cost for some reason, but $124 feels really good to be able to get into the game now at that price. Again, Minnie Mouse, Rafiki, Kuzco, both Mims, all 3 Merlins, 1 Sorcerer Spellbook. Again, I don't like it. 2, 3 Tremaine Medusa split. I think is fair. I like that. 4 Surfer. The evasive just kills sometimes. Yeah. Let's see. Also in 2nd by Matthew Wright. Ruby Amethyst Bounce Control. 1 Chernobog's Followers is very interesting to me. 1/3 Medusa Tremaine, 2 Yzma Scary Beyond All Reason. Um, so a lot of people don't like that card anymore, and I get why, but A, if there's something that's just super powerful and you can't deal with it, shuffle into their deck, they draw two. Sucks they draw two, but you can play it on your own character. If you have a character like Maui that's got 4 damage on him and he's got one remaining, you could just bounce him into your deck, draw 2 cards. A, you could hit another Maui. B, it's not a liability anymore. And he is rushed, so if you got another one, you could just play it next turn. Now on to the first place list. Now this is a fun list. Yes, it's fun because it's different, but this is a very interesting list because the winner of Atlanta, Joshua Paltry, is a local in my area. I know him, so congratulations to Joshua. I'll probably see him. Actually, well, this will come out tomorrow, so I'll probably see him tomorrow to congratulate him if he comes to our Pokemon League, which he normally does, just to say hi. Um, but yeah, congrats to him. I'm like 80, 99% sure this is his own deck that he built, because he's very innovative like that. He split Yu-Gi-Oh! Um, but yeah, so this is Purple Fossa is what people were calling it. You got 4 Chernobog's followers, 4 Cinderella Ballroom Sensation, 4 Pascals, 4 Cuscos, 4 Madame M Snake, 4 Piglet, Pooh Pirate Captain, 4 3 cost Fairy Godmother Pure Heart, 4 Madame Mim Fox, 3 Merlin Crab, 2 Merlin Goat, 4 Merlin Rabbit, 2 Peter Pan Shadow, another card that I love with Evasive and Rush, 4 Rapunzel Gifted with Healing, 4 Fairy Godmother Mystic Armor, 4 Mufasa Betrayed Leader, 4 Perdita, and 1 Chernobog. Always great if you hit that Chernobog off Mufasa. So, Fairy Godmother, you shift 2 to play it. Whenever this character quests, your characters gain Challenger 3. When this character is banished in challenge, return this card to your hand. So essentially, it dies, goes back to your hand, but every time it quests, every other character you have in play gets +3 strength. Perdita, which is another card that isn't widely played, when you play this character, whenever she quests, you may play a character with 2 air costs from your discard pile for free. So essentially, you could play a character, and then next turn or that turn, if it's if you play Fox for free, well, it wouldn't be, you couldn't be 2 or less. So you would play anything from Piglet. I assume you'd play Piglet. If if you have 2 other characters, you get +2 lore pep. Piglet, Snake, Cuzco, Pascal, Chernobog's followers, and Cinderella, but you could also give them all +3. You also, give these other things like Peter Pan's Shadow, which has Rush and Evasive. You quest with Mystic Armor, gives it +3. It makes it a 5/3 that's evasive and has Rush. You also have other characters with Rush gain Evasive. The only other character in this deck with Rush is the Fox, but that's still, it's still an amazing attribute. Um, Merlin Crab, everyone knows. Well, I think most people that play Merlin Crab know when you play him, you can give something Challenger 3. So you could give something, if they have something huge, you could essentially swing, um, with. Not counting Chernobog, the highest damage base you can do is 4. So you could essentially add 6 to it. So you could do 10 total. With Chernobog, you could do 19. Oh no, you would add 6. Sorry, you could do 15 with Chernobog, which is disgusting. But also with Chernobog, for each character in your discard pile, you pay 1 less to play him. So you get a couple characters knocked out. He's pretty cheap at that point, especially considering your deck is all characters, not a single song, action, anything in here. But you also, when you play him, all the other characters go back into your deck. So you never have to worry about decking out. That's always a great thing. The one of Chernobog is, it's very fun. You could always, in any Mufasa deck, just throw a one of in just for the hell of it. I do think he had some strategy with it. I do not know off the top of my head, other than, cheat it into play with Mufasa, try to cheat it into play with Mufasa, or cheat it into play by having things dead. Because a 9/9 that turns for 3 is a bulky boy. Um, It was a 60 card deck. I don't remember if there was 100% a limit. I don't remember the rules. I know for a while there wasn't a limit on deck lists or deck size. Um, so yeah, so that was about those were the decks. Again, congrats to both of the winners for both the events, Josh and who was the winner for the league again? Josh and Frank. Congrats to both of them. So one thing that I guess I'll just pull it up on my phone because I have it on here better. Um, One thing I wasn't a huge fan of was the prize wall. I didn't go. I had other family obligations. I was supposed to go as a judge. I didn't end up going. The prize wall, at least when it got revealed or announced and it was shown, just didn't look right. And I don't know if it's just because I'm a Pokemon player and I'm used to Pokemon regionals, but um, they have the prize wall. So prize wall goes as follows: you could get. Actually, I'll just read the most important things. The first chapter booster box is 56 tickets. A Rise of the Floodborn booster box is 42. Ursula's Return is 48. I don't know why Into the Inklings is not here. That's really weird. They had a prize wall exclusive Cinderella Stout Heart playmat and foil. It was 100 tickets. I think someone did the math. And by someone, I mean one of my friends in one of our group chats, we were talking about it, did the math. And I think they said, and I'm trying to find it, it would be $325. Maybe I'm making that number up out of thin air. $288. You get 9 tickets for a 3-0 finish in an event. So you need to 12 times go 3-0 for 108 tickets. So $288. That feels like a lot for a playmat and for a card game that's starting that I'm sure isn't trying to make its resale market big. I feel like it's doing a not great job at that, and I do think the prize wall needs to be reworked a little bit. You also had promos that were exclusive to the prize wall for Rapunzel gifted with healing and Cinderella Star Heart that were 12 and 14 tickets respectively. But another issue that we had, and I talked about a couple people like the Honey Wizard on Twitter, that was a fun thread. Some of those promos were going for 400 and something dollars, and these aren't the ones from winning the tournament or like being higher placed. These are like the non-foil ones from the prize wall. We're like going for 500 at the vendors. So if I was Raven, I mean, again, I'm not a game designer, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But if I was Ravensburger and I saw that from vendors that we had at our event, I would at least try to make it different. I mean, and the playmats are exclusive to the challenges as far as I'm concerned. So like the next challenge I think is Chicago. So like Chicago will have a different playmat. So that means that Cinderella Stout Heart playmat will forever be expensive. Um, yeah, so I just think if I was Ravensburger, I would want to look at that and say something isn't right with this and would, try to fix something. But aside from that, like I know a lot of people that went had fun. I mean, obviously, um, my friend, old co-host Rob, um, from when we returned for two, who now runs one of Lorcana, who will be doing an interview with Josh coming up. He announced it. I don't think he announced a date. Um, he went there. He looked like he said he had a great time, but I just don't know. Other than that, like I've heard it was an okay event. I just heard that some of it was a little cluttered, but I mean that's going to happen in spaces in their first time. The casting was great. Great job from all of the casters. Very happy for everyone that got to go out and cast those events. I eventually would like to get to that point in life where I can cast tournaments. Um, but yeah, um, with that, if you guys have any questions, you can reach out to me on Twitter at escapepod. I feel like I never get to plug myself in these outros because I'm always letting someone else plug themselves. If you guys want to find more Escape Pod, I am on Twitter periodically. I'm not as active as a lot of other Twitter users because I'm running through college, switching my major, so it's a fun time taking summer courses. Hopefully, once they're over, I'll be a little more active. Next week, I'll have an episode with Teddy Weinard from. Let me make sure. Yeah, Teddy Weinard from Glimmer Gang. And then the following week, most likely, will be the Honey Brando, the Honey Wizard. And after that, should be Chris from Questing for Lore, or from Lorcana chat. Sorry. At some point, um, I'm gonna have some other guests on locally. But with that, thank you guys all for listening, and see you next week. Sorry for the.